What's up, everybody? It's Keefy, and you are watching another 5-minute review from GhostCultMag.com. We are reviewing Avenged Sevenfold's brand new album, Life is But a Dream, coming out this week, June the 2nd. If you're watching this live, welcome. Thanks for being here. Drop us a super like or a super chat or a super thanks or a donation of any amount. We appreciate it. It helps keep the channel going. And if you're watching this on replay, enjoy. The album is coming out later this week. I have had a chance to hear it. Our full review ran today at GhostCultMag.com, but we like to do these video reviews of major releases. We did Metallica back in April, and now we're back with Avenged Sevenfold. I'm going to give a little background on the record, and then I'm going to put up the counter and try to do this album some justice in 5 minutes or less. We'll see if it works. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Once again, thanks for being here. Like and subscribe if you like that kind of stuff and you like the content we do. Just a little housekeeping. Tomorrow at this time, we'll be doing our weekly news show, our rock and metal news show, in which we cover festival news, tour dates, and major news of the week, as well as new music releasing every Friday and features and interviews we do here at Ghost Cult. So once again, thanks for being here. I think there's also a contest. Today's the last day of our giveaway with Salt of the Earth Records to win up to $150 worth of music merch. So hopefully you all like that. Do all the things. You can enter the contest at the link in our description and on our Instagram. But in the meantime, let's talk a little bit about this Avenged Sevenfold record. Avenged Sevenfold has been a band since 1999, but this is only going to be their 8th album and their first new album in 7 years, actually. 6.5 technically, almost 7 years, which is a bit of a surprise that this band has taken a while to make this new music. A lot of stuff happened. If you remember, The Stage is an excellent record, but it was a little too obtuse. A lot of fans didn't get it. They surprise dropped it, which I don't think helped. I don't think surprise drops work that much in rock and metal. Obviously, for a single or a video, that's obviously the culture we're in. But for a brand new full album drop, I think people like the traditional PR method of announcing it, dropping a couple of singles, making a video, that kind of stuff. So this album has been a much more traditional release cycle type of thing for Avenged Sevenfold. One of the biggest bands in the world for the last 2 decades, certainly since their 2004 album, Wake in the Falling, 2003, actually. So it's the 20th anniversary of that album, actually, this summer. Sorry about that, 2003. So again, this record, I've had the chance to hear it. I actually attended a special event. They did an immersive 360 event in Las Vegas where they played not a surprise show, but a sort of surprise show the same weekend as Sick New World, but I had plans, so I couldn't go to the show. But they did this immersive event where they locked up your phones and you listened to the entire record. And it was mind-blowing, actually, to be honest with you. This, if you've seen the video for the 2 singles, We Love You and Nobody, they did this Unreal Engine type of immersive experience videos. I hope that the visuals from this immersive experience come out as the music videos for the album, because they're exceptional. They did a fantastic job. And then I got to hear the record one more time. So I feel like 2 listens plus having the benefit of our own reviewer is usually a good barometer of how a record's going to be. And I've been doing this a long time, so I know my music and I know the band very well. But yeah, what do you need to know? Avenged Sevenfold, again, is one of the most popular bands in the last 20 years. They sold about 8-9 million records. They have hundreds of millions of streams, and they are insanely popular. They have a die-hard fan base. I think the regular culture of music fans appreciate them. They've headlined major festivals all over the world. They will surely do so with this record releasing. They've got a huge bunch of tours and things scheduled. But Avenged Sevenfold, started out in the Orange County sort of emo metalcore scene and metalcore deathcore scene, and then they kind of evolved into this huge heavy rock, heavy metal band with influences ranging from Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Pantera, Slayer, etc. Their current lineup has been the same lineup since 2015, with drummer Brooks Wackerman being the most recent member in the band. He used to be in Suicidal Tendencies, in the infamous Wackerman family. And, the band, basically, they're very well known for their melodies and their heaviness, but also like super shreddy neoclassical guitar work. and very catchy songs. The sort of harsh vocals that they were very well known for back in the day kind of went away for a while, especially on later albums, but they're back on this record, and I'll get into that in a second. Piercing Metal is here. What's up? What's up? So yeah, we're doing a live stream here for this Avenged Sevenfold, Life is But a Dream, or LIBAD to abbreviate it, album review. And just about to stop at the background and just give a little more context on their career. Again, they're headlining a bunch of Danny Wimmer festivals this year. They're probably going to go all over the world the next few years with this record. It was basically a pandemic era record. They recorded it, in bits and pieces over the last few years with producer Evil Joe Barresi, who you probably know from his work with Tool and a bunch of other bands. And I will hit the counter. Let's see if this will work, because I have never done this before. Man, let's see. That's not the layout I wanted. May not work with the counter. I don't know. Let's find out. I don't want the counter to be the big thing in the screen. That's not terrible. I'll do that. That's fine. I'll have it a little more sophisticated for the next time. I'm taking one more sip of beer for my liquid courage. Sasha Sims is here. Nice to see you, but no partners in this video. Yep, I see a lot of friends have shown up. Suicide Puppets and all those folks. If you're on TikTok, let's see if I don't see any comments here, but again, if you leave us a super thanks or a super chat on Instagram or YouTube, we greatly appreciate it. Any amount is fine. I have 5 minutes up on the counter. I'm going to take a sip of this beer, and we're going to go do this thing. In 3, 2, 1, go. So, Avenged Sevenfold, Life is But a Dream. In a word, the album is sprawling. I know that the stage was very progressive rock and obtuse and it was off-putting to some fans in a Pink Floyd way. This record continues, almost a continuation thematically of the stage. The stage was based on artificial intelligence. Life is But a Dream is a concept album based on Albert Camus, the famous French philosopher, about absurdism and how ridiculous life is, and we're slaves to this technology in a way, but also that our lives are kind of ridiculous constructs. It's very heady stuff, but down to the brass tacks, the music is incredible. Now, it is very progressive and wide-ranging, and you're going to hear that word a lot. The album features a 98-piece symphony orchestra, the San Bernardino Symphony. I believe it is conducted by a maestro Panther, and he worked with the band to score basically a symphonic score alongside of a heavy metal record, and it's very grandiose in places. At the same time, it's brutally heavy on a lot of songs, reminiscent of their earliest work when they were much more of a metalcore screamy band. Some incredible guttural vocals. In general, M Shadows is the MVP of the entire album, to be honest with you, vocally. But the album's very sprawling, as I said, but it's a little all over the place, but it's extremely heavy. And so if you like the earlier Avenged Sevenfold, Waking the Fallen and City of Evil and Nightmare, some of these heaviest parts of the album come right alongside of those best tracks. At the same time, there's some genre hopping all over the place. I feel like deep in my heart that the Reverend, rest in peace, would be really pleased at how much like a Mr. Bungle record this is. I don't know if people know that Mr. Bungle was one of the original inspirations for Avenged Sevenfold to be a band, and their ability to kind of mesh thrash metal, metalcore, hardcore even, but also blues, rock, progressive rock, Broadway, jazz. There's some crooning going on here by M Shadows and some lighter moments. There's a lot of Beatles harmonies that wouldn't be out of place on Abbey Road or the White Album. So it is really a masterwork of musicianship. At the same time, I know that sounds very scary. There are some very long and wide-ranging songs that go 7 to 10 minutes, but most of the record is a heavy rock, heavy metal album, and has all the hallmarks of the band that you definitely like and appreciate. Again, there's elements of the symphony that are right along with the riffs and all kinds of cool, subtle things. So I think this record's going to be a grower and one that you have to spend some time with to really capture and get. But it's not like the stage that was like, this is kind of weird and I don't know where this is going. This record is threaded all the way through. It almost feels like a Pink Floyd record, track after track. They just kind of bleed into each other beautifully. Very few tracks have like a solid endpoint. They're all kind of like flow into the next one, like The Wall by Pink Floyd. I think that's another good reference to compare it to. And this album, to be honest with you, stands alongside, in my opinion, their best albums. All the ones I mentioned before, this would be right alongside those greatest albums of their career. The heaviest stuff is so heavy and just absolutely brutal, thrashy, and even hardcore, like I said, in a way that's really majestic feeling. I want to read a quote from the end of our review, which you can read right now at ghostcoldmag.com, linked in the description, written by our own Charlie Hill, who did a smashing job on this review. Life is But a Dream will most likely go down as one of the most divisive metal albums to be released this year. It'll be one that fans will fall into either despising or loving unreservedly. So that's a very bold statement from our writer, Charlie. And I got to say, I agree with it. I think that if you're not a fan of Avenged Sevenfold, it's possible that you may not love this record. But I feel like longtime fans are going to especially love this record because I feel like it's a reward for the last bit of time with the album and maybe some of these video game soundtracks that were just a little less satisfying to fans. That like maybe they wanted more from the band, which again is, bands have to please themselves ahead and beyond anything else. You got to make music for yourself first and then make music for everybody else. So let's see where we are. It's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right under the 5-minute mark. How about that? So that is, all right, that is annoying as shit. All right, I killed that thing. Wow. We'll have to get a better countdown clock for next time, but that's my review of Avenged Sevenfold. We gave it a 9 at the website, and I would have to concur on a 10 scale. I believe this album is going to be one of the finest records to come out this year. I also would give it a 9 of 10 if I was writing this review, and I firmly stand behind our writers, and we almost never change what writers write for Ghost Cult. We let them do their thing, and then we share it out to the world. That's why it's not my website where I write everything. We have a staff of, 50 or 60 people that do these things. And so, yeah, this record's astounding. And I believe if you're a diehard fan, you're going to especially feel rewarded and thanked from the band to you for this. And if you're a hater, you're going to remain a hater. And if you're a casual fan, check it out, because I think you might be surprised at how strong the musicianship is on this record and what a fine job they did. So there's a tremendous amount of new music coming out this week. Foo Fighters and just so many good new records coming out. But this is definitely a pupil slicer. But this is one of the best. And so that's my review. I'm going to jump off now. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, tune in tomorrow around this same time for Ghost Cult's Weekly Ritual. I'm going to set a notify me link very soon so you can click on it and get notified whenever we go live. But once again, I'm Keefy for ghostcoldmag.com. Thanks for being here, and thanks for watching our 5-minute review of Avenged Sevenfold. Life is but a dream. Peace out, and thanks for being here.